Hello everyone, this is Spin, and welcome back to another episode of my A.L.T walkthrough series for Doom 2. And today's episode, I'm playing through MAP16, Dead Calm. I'm playing on the prboom plus source port on the ultra-advanced difficulty with compatibility levels set to boom. So let's begin. So to kick things off, we're in this circular starting area here. We're going to take the lift with the standard shotgun to reveal a Hell Knight. So we take them out real quick. Blow up the explosive barrels because, well, that didn't set them all off, but now they're all blown up. And don't get jumped by the chain gunner to the left. Well, with that shot, but yeah, there's a revenant to our left. Followed by a Mecubus. So we're done with the secret levels, and we're back into the main megawatt of A.L.T, so... we're gonna take this lift and reveal not just one lone revenant, but... he had some buddies with him as well, which is a bunch of these imps. And a Mecubi. Two of them at least, and I took a little too much damage from those Mecubi, but that's okay. This is a pretty tricky area to move around, so... took a little more damage than I liked, but that's alright. Oh, I did not line myself up properly. Because I need to hit that switch up there. We have to hit all these switches and so we can get access to this area. There's like several barriers blocking the way. And once we flip this, of course, a bunch of imps are gonna show up. So take them out. So now we can take this. Chain gunner to our left and drop down where we can get some rocket ammo plus the yellow key card. We're going to go back the way we came because we're not quite done yet with that area. Instead we're going to take the right this time instead of the left. There's a berserk power-up, but be ready. Interact with the door, and this closet of specters will lower. So you punch them up to death. And our first secret's going to be over here. As you can see, there's a arrow pointing to the door. Open the door, but take a right to hit the switch. That's our first secret. And that's going to give us access to our next secret, which is straight ahead. We take this lift up to grab an SSG drop for pistol start users. And there's another secret over here, which is this megasphere. We could also use this secret point to pick off some of the imps that we will face later, so we can take them out early. Come on now. Okay. Plus we can hit these switches as well. Don't forget to hit them. So now we got our yellow access card. We're going to go through it, the door. Have this open area here with some Arachnotrons and Barons on the top there. I might as well go ahead and take out these Barons. I'll spare my rocket ammo for later. Well, most of it at least. But that's those Barons dealt with, and there's Mecubi on the bottom there, but I'll deal with them later. And I hear a bunch of revenants, but like I said before, they'll be dealt with later. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and take this Mechibus out. Over here we have a Pain Elemental. I'm not going to go drop down through there yet. Now before I take out the Hell Knights, I might as well go ahead and take out the Lost Souls, since they are a pain in the ass. Multitasking by dodging projectiles and fighting Lost Souls. Now that should be all those Lost Souls, for this area at least. So now I can focus on taking out the Hell Knights. And of course, there's a Cacodemon, 2 of them, just chilling on the bottom there. If I position the rocket launcher perfectly, there's a Revenant down there I'm trying to kill. Wasted more rockets than I'd like to, but that's okay. But we're gonna go back up there because I can get access to the area that the Revenant was guarding. Which takes me here, get the rockets ready again. Now I did not mean to take in all that splash damage. That's okay, we have that armor and health pack there for a reason. Now once we go through this teleporter, we get access to the BFG 9000. Which I'm going to put to good use here because we have a bunch of Revenants down here. I'll finish the rest off with the SSG. And I'll punch out the last one, just for giggles. Damn it, son. I've been taking a lot of damage today. That's okay. Just have enough to keep us going. As long as above 1%, we are good to go. So now let's continue on like before, do some platforming. We take this spiral here, where the Mechibus was guarding. To get access to this teleporter, so I can turn around and take out these Mechabi. Okay, they are gone. But just when we solve 2 Mechabi, another one shows up. Now we're in the crate room area. This is where the chain guns are going to become handy here. And I'll show you how to get to that soul sphere soon. Just right now I need to get through this maze. And watch those corners because there are hit scanners just about everywhere. So there's the end of the maze right there. But we still got a few more corners, plus some rocket ammo, which we most certainly needed. Now here's the red key. Now I'm not going to grab the souls for just yet, because over here, not here, but usually some cacodemons will show up. So I'm going to wake them up real quick. And I might as well just go ahead and grab that partial invisibility. There's another soul sphere over there with a rad suit, but I'll get that later as well. Just gonna clear out them out, because if they would just linger around, they would just end up going through that teleporter. I like to have them eliminated ASAP. And that should be all of them. So now I just gotta make my way back up to the crate room. Yeah, this is perhaps the tedious part of this map. Just having to do all that backtracking. I mean, I guess you can let those cacodemons go back to the main area where all the explosive barrels are, but that's just my preference. So now I just speed run my way through this crate maze. Alright, that's where the rocket ammo was. Okay, over here we have a lone chain gunner that's guarding the beige crate, which we can lower to grab the basic armor. There's a rad suit, but we're not going to grab that, plus some lone rocket ammo. Now, that soul sphere I mentioned, we got to put our platform into use here. That's right. Whoops, and I screwed up already. That means I have to go through the maze once again, just to get that damn soul sphere. It's alright. You're never gonna get it right the first time, so it takes time. Okay. Attempt number 2. Alright, alright. There we go. And just like that, I got the soul sphere. So yeah, you gotta do some serious strafe running here. I was hoping I would strafe run back to the end of the maze, but oh well. I got the soul sphere, which is the secret, and that's what counts. But yeah, be sure to practice that. It's a good way to practice your strafe runs. And now I can go back and grab that rad suit, which is guarding another secret, which I'm about to grab soon. Yeah, the rad suit's a lot easier to grab. Now you could strafe run across over there, which I'm about to flex on, by the way, to grab that secret, plus an additional rad suit, but I might as well show you the proper way of obtaining that secret. Instead, you just go over here with the rad suit that you picked up from the crate room, and it will teleport you here. So that's the proper way. I just decided to show off. So now that we got our red key, let's head on back and continue to level. And since I grabbed the soul sphere, I might as well show off case the next secret, which is this mega armor, which is very nice. So pass through the red door, we are greeted by a Baron of Hell. Here's the area where all those imps were. I don't have to worry about them. We're gonna hit this switch. We're gonna have to climb the stairs so we can go up here. Now here we have a couple of imps. I'm gonna take them out with a chain gun, since they're not too large in quantity. I'm gonna get ready. Get my BFG ready. Because we have 2 barons and an army of imps. And there's some chain gunners on the top there. But once we get on top of the stairs, would you look at that. Plutonia experiment. Yep, just a bunch of boneheads and chain gunners guarding an inaccessible area. That's hilarious. The projectile can't even reach me. So we hit this switch that they were guarding. We drop back down and it's going to lift those white tiles. And there's that megasphere from before, but we'll get to that much later. First things first, I'm going to clear out this room first. With the Hell Knights and, of course, the Spectres. And I might as well punch out the rest of these Spectres, because that guards a teleporter. And our 7 secrets over here, you just go interact with the blue potion to grab the plasma rifle drop. Yeah, you get the BFG 9000 before you get the plasma rifle. Now here, we're going to go inside this very dangerous room. Dangerous because we have an Archvile. Damn it, try to get out of its sight in time, but oh well. It's okay. Damn, didn't get a stagger. I was hoping for a stagger, but that did not happen. Flip the switch to reveal 2 more Archviles. I tried to get them both with the BFG, but of course that didn't happen. I'm gonna punch you to death. So yeah, we cleared out the Archvile room. Nothing to be scared of, so now we can have access to the area from before, which houses more Spectres. Plus an Arachnotron. Now here, we have the exit, of course the computer area map, but before we go to the exit, instead teleport back, but instead of leaving the teleporter, turn right, interact with the wall to grab the megasphere from before. And then we head back in where the Revenant was, open the door, and just like that, we are done. So yes, that is dead calm. It is a pretty short breather compared to the other levels of A.L.T. It's definitely a lot more easier. It's a lot more straightforward, but you do have a bit of challenge there into it. You start off in a pretty circular area, which greets you with just 1 Hell Knight, and then it's followed by an explosive Barrels of Fun inspired area where you just blow up a bunch of barrels to kill some chain gunners, and then that same area gets filled up with a bunch of Revenants later on. And your main goal, of course, is to get the yellow and red access cards, which are needed to progress, and you get the yellow card from dropping into the platform that the chain gunner was, near the starting area, of course. And the secrets are pretty rewarding in this episode, or this map, I should say. It keeps you topped up on health, so you shouldn't have to worry about it. In fact, that's why I was a bit more aggressive this episode in terms of taking damage, and I took a lot more damage than I would like to, but I knew that there was a ton of health items to keep me topped up for the entire run, so I didn't have to worry about it, really. And neither should you when playing through this map. Now, I think the toughest part, in my opinion, would have to be the little area with all the Mecubus and Imps, because it's a tight spot, because you think you just kill the Revenant, but then a bunch of these monsters come in. Then you have the BFG 9000 area where you have to clear out a bunch of those monsters within a very short time, since it is a very tight space. Of course, you can flee the teleporter, but that kind of ruins the point of your demon slaughter. And then, of course, the Revenants spawn in, and that's just a, well, Plutonia experiment at that point. Now, perhaps the most difficult secret to obtain would have to be the Soul Sphere secret. That one takes a lot of practice if you are not familiar with platforming and Doom. Of course, A.L.T is pretty much infamous for the amount of platforming sessions this megawatt has. Of course, thankfully, I showed you the way to do it, and of course, I can strafe run to another secret as well on top of it, but since I am doing 100%, I might as well show you the proper way of doing this in case you're not a good strafe runner. So yes, that is Dead Calm. It is a much more straightforward level compared to previous levels of A.L.T. Its combat can be pretty challenging and pretty fun for some of the set pieces. It is tight, and you do have a great amount of secrets and health items to keep you stocked up for the ride, so you really don't have to be worried about survivability. It's not brutal, but it's not the hardest, but it's also not the easiest as well, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, that wraps up Dead Calm, the episode of it. So yeah, that wraps up this episode of A.L.T. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.